there's another interesting concept that a lot of you will have heard about. Some of you might know about this, but I want to talk to you about expense ratios with mutual funds. And this is really a simple mathematical, it's a percentage. It's essentially something that tells you how much cost is being passed on to you as an investor in a mutual fund. So the mutual fund describes the cost as a percentage of the net asset value, which is the per unit cost of a mutual fund. Now this is, say, 1% or 1.5%, and that's adjusted on an ongoing basis. So every day, at the end of the day, when you see the closing NAV or the net asset value, this is something that is already adjusted for the expense that you are paying to the mutual fund. What does that include? Everything from the salaries that are paid by the mutual fund to the overhead costs. You can think about the electricity bills or the cost of IT, and even the distribution cost. So if a mutual fund distributor is selling you a product, that comes out of the expense ratio that you are paying. There are a few other rules that govern expense ratio. For example, a passive mutual fund scheme is likely to have a much lower expense ratio than an actively managed scheme, and that's because the intervention of a fund manager is not there for a passive mutual fund scheme. The other aspect that you should bear in mind is that the larger the assets under management of a mutual fund scheme, the lower the expense ratio is, and that's because this is governed by the Securities and Exchange Board of India, which requires mutual funds to reduce the expense that is charged to you, the investor, as the assets of a mutual fund scheme go up on an ongoing basis. These are basic rules that you should follow. Don't choose a mutual fund scheme purely basis the expense ratio. Do a little bit of research and check with your financial advisor to find the best investment for you.